I'm Ian Massa-Harris. I'm one of the long-standing chorus members. I've been in the company since 2002. I've also been very lucky to get to sing in some of the smaller roles throughout the years. And with my other hat of being a singer and a vocal coach, I'm also a prosthetics and special effects makeup artist. So today I wanted to, if you saw my previous video, you saw my previous demo about getting someone sort of beaten up backstage. Now, a lot of the things we do backstage in hair and makeup are to help the performer become that character they're trying to achieve. Now, previously we saw a quick beaten up in 20 minutes throughout the interval. Now I want to do a quick aging. A lot of the times performers, we are required to change our appearance, go younger, go older. And one of the things the hair and makeup is very important. The hair and makeup department are very important there because they help us become that character. Now, I want to do another video, another demo today about aging. So we're going to do a little bit of aging, which is basically, I'm going to start creating lines. I'm only going to do half a face. You see what I'm doing. But you create lines to create depth, okay? So let me start. Well, let's just start and see how we get on, okay? So you essentially start accentuating the lines that a person might have. In their natural coloration. In this case, as you can see already, by deepening that line, I'm really kind of adding what I'm trying to achieve here. And what you're trying to create is the depth of a field that you achieve when you do H lines. One of the things that is very important, one of the things as people get older is the skin sags and it goes into itself. And one of the things as a makeup artist you are required to do is to create these lines, essentially, these depth of field lines that help you focus the eye in, okay? So that's what I'm doing today, basically. Now, I'm using a mixture of pencil and colour, as you can see. And what we're just trying to do is to deepen. So already, can you see that I suddenly just get older and more tired as the line gets deepened. Now, this technique has been around for a very long time. It's mainly used in theatre because you have the distance between, you've got the distance between you and the pit and the orchestra, and that's very important. You want to have that distance. You just want to have the separation. And as you can see, as I progress the line, it just gets deeper and deeper. Because what will happen is I will then add a highlight to it. So what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to deepen my own frown lines. where my natural frown lines appear. Okay, so that's what we have to do essentially as a makeup artist, is that you have to kind of work with what if you work with what's in there already, you're going to find it much easier. Because the person already, I mean, if you look at that versus me, you see that the cheek is more drawn in, the eyes are more drawn in. Now, on a big stage, you can really get away with doing big lines, okay? We're not going to do too big lines here because I think it might be a bit too much, but you can really get away with it. Now, I don't have particularly crow's feet, so it's quite hard. I have to paint them on. So you do your darker color first, yeah, and then you do a highlight on top, which is what I'm doing next. And really, you can see already. Look at the difference, yeah. Everything's drawn in. Everything's kind of. Just cleaning my brush, just make sure that everything's clean when I use the other brush. And now essentially I'm using white next, okay? White to give me that highlight. And can you see just already? Look at if you look at my, yeah. Now if you see that from a distance already, my cheeks down, my eyes more drawn in, yeah. Now what I'm going to do in a second is also add some hair coloring. Because I want you to see what happens. Now again, I'm only doing half the face, yeah, but I just want you to see how it's building. You can see it really is beginning to build. You can see just the depth is beginning to kind of go into itself. And you don't, can you see the difference? You don't have to be afraid of drawing lines, because remember, the audience will be kind of very far away. They won't see it. In fact, the deeper the line, the better. It's very important to keep stage perspective, okay? One of the things we do on stage is ensure that constantly we deal with perspective and the depth of field. Now, we used to think silver grey. This is when you're going to see my messy hair, by the way. I've got COVID staying at home messy hair because I haven't been able to get a haircut. Now, this is silver grey for her. And we just keep building it. going to do, excuse my messy hair, is we're just going to keep, we're essentially going to, you get a toothbrush, to add some grey. You see the grey just starts adding. And when it dries, that will come out really lovely and grey. Yeah? So we just keep adding these lines and we just keep working on it. The idea is you're trying to just deepen someone. You're trying to make them just look older and more tired and sort of, you know, that's what you're trying to achieve. It's quite difficult because I'm only doing half a look, so it's quite hard to visualize. But I hope you can start seeing it as it builds. Yeah, can you see? And you can really, I mean, that's me versus that, yeah? I mean, you can see the lines, absolutely, you're going to be able to see the lines. But you've got to think of that, I mean, look how my cheek just goes in, yeah? And we just it's about keep adding depth, keep adding perception. These kind of looks are never created quickly. We just keep adding white because we're loving a bit of white. And what you want is that white to shine when you put a light to it. Now if I were to put a light, I want to just show you what it looks like. You see? So that's what the audience is going to see. The audience is going to see, that's me and that's it. The audience is going to see a very tired, that's what they're going to see. So it's looking fabulous. So we keep working at it, we keep building it. Don't be scared of lines, okay? Embrace them. I always say to people, you know, embrace your lines. Well, in this case, it's very much that we have to follow the lines to be able to draw the kind of pattern we're trying to achieve here. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just trying to get the right brush. See what I mean? And suddenly, boom, my eye really gets drawn in. Yeah? So you can see, that's me. And that's, you can see everything's just drawn in, more sort of compacted in, the skin's dropping into itself. Yeah? Now imagine that whole thing in character with the right costume, etc., etc., how fabulous it would look. So we're going to add a few more lines, I think, because you can never have too many lines, I find. And you could add some up here as well, if you think, if you feel like it. You know, don't be scared. We soften that in a minute, don't worry, we will soften that. Okay, so we're just going to go in. Soften them a bit. You see? And then we just add a bit more. So this is basically designed to be seen from far away. It's not designed to be seen close up. So you must always remember that as a makeup artist. So what we do, we add a highlight all the time, yeah? So you can see. Versus that to this. So there you are. This is what we do a lot backstage. We help people become something else. So I hope you've had a lovely time with me. I've had a lovely time with you. Please post your comments and your questions so I can keep answering. And I hope you enjoyed the next activity.